Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the Agents of Beastgrave.
Tonight, I'm bringing Eyes of the Nine.
And I'm bringing Hrothgorn.
What?
Yep, Hrothgorn.
We don't bring Hrothgorn. No, we've got a gentleman's agreement that we don't bring any of the horrible... No, not Morag. Any of the horrible warbands.
This is for last week. 22-5, whatever it was.
Oh yeah, but I play Eyes of the Nine. It's not my fault you're
That is true. When you lose 22-5 when they're playing Eyes, then you've done so. You did a little bit. Well, it's unintentional, but
it was, yeah. But yeah, okay, Hrothgorn. Oh God. Oh my God, I've had it. I've had it. This is not going to work.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one. I've tried to take, because this is the first video since the new cards have dropped, but we haven't got the new warbands yet.
No.
So we figured rather than try and proxy in models and write down all the stats on cards to play the new warbands, which I think everyone in internet land would absolutely hate, we've decided to take the new cards but take some regular warbands and just see how many cards we could shove into our decks and play with.
Yeah, because we now do all our playing with cards on our iPads, so we have it all run digitally through Underworld's DB, so we can use the new cards because they're all there. They've been spoiled, if you like, on GW Facebook, so we can just we just use that. UWB, so we're using all that. Ironically, we didn't want to write the cards down. I've managed to lose 2 of the Eyes of the Nine. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't make much difference, will it? So I've had to proxy cards anyway. I've had to proxy the Poxy Warband members.
I can't believe Navi's got 16 wounds. I mean, that's a bit over the top.
She's got 5 shields, 16 words, and she's finally cast spells.
Because frankly, not having that was silly. But anyway, there we go. So it's going to be Hrothgorn. It's going to be the Eyes of the Nine. We're trying out as many of the new cards in some wacky decks as possible. So these aren't going to be tournament-winning decks.
My deck is nuts. It's been designed for you to bring a nuts deck that not involve bloody Hrothgorn. But never mind. Never mind.
We'll see how it goes then.
Yeah.
So we'll see you in the Beastgrave.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
We're all set up and ready to roll.
Yeah, I'm not confident about this matchup at all.
You never know.
I've taken the approach of Eric suggested back for the previous game, which is keep as far away as possible from the bad guys, in particular Hrothgorn. Eric always suggested longboarding, but he said in his piece that he didn't know whether offsetting was better or not. He'd never worked it out, but I just kind of felt with this piece of terrain it was much better this way around than that way around with your range, because you've basically got to come down here to get to him. So I think this is the better.
Yes, because I won the dice roll and I chose to take the objectives.
Yes.
So you placed the boards like this.
It's interesting. You chose to take the objectives and then put one in my territory.
Yeah, so it's right there for me. Well, I haven't got the cards I want, so I can't really say it's particularly clever of me. In fact, this deck is quite late in the day made, so I'm not even 100% sure if I got the objective that
I was still making mine while you texted me saying you were on your way.
So these decks, as we've already said, may not be the ultimately best pick.
We need to try and crash on and get through it and hope for the best.
Yes, as already highlighted the fact that I have the Hunter Hunted, which is I get 2 Glory Surge if I kill a hunter with a quarry, and you ain't got no hunters.
I ain't got no hunters.
So I ain't scoring that one.
And good news, I've got no way to make anybody hunter. Make anybody hunter either.
Awesome. So good, glad I took that card. Lovely. Right. Anyway, moving on then. So we've set up and everything. It's time to roll to see who goes first. Now you obviously finished setting up first because it's 4 to 5. So I'll see what I get. Oh,
crit 2 singles.
Here we are.
Something more than something. Oh, I've got everything.
You've got everything.
Yeah.
Although you got a crit and 1 single, so.
Oh, yeah, but I got 2 crits.
Oh, 2 crits. Good point. I only rolled 1 crit, so it's over to you to decide what to do.
Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. How fast does Hrothgorn move? Quite fast, doesn't he?
He moves 4. He's got a range of 3. He's a fast beggar.
It's disgusting.
It is quite disgusting.
Right, I'm going to just go for it. I'm going to charge.
Hey,
Turn one.
suicide.
Turn one, I'm going to charge with old Navia here. I'm going to use her because she's the one I haven't got a proper card for. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 onto the objective. Wallop.
She's like, death or glory.
Probably dead. In fact, I should have said who I was going to shoot at first because I'm thinking about it. I might not want to shoot at Hrothgorn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot at the trapped person.
You're going to shoot at Bushwhacker.
Yeah, Bushwhacker.
Okay, just one dodge on him, so
Okay.
I do need a crit. No. So that is 1 wound on poor Bushwhacker, and he is down to 1 left.
Yeah, and I will just push him back to there.
Okay. Let's charge a token for not to soon be here, Navia, and Bushwhacker takes a wound. Anything in your power step?
No.
Okay, I'm going to play Commanding Stride.
Ow.
I push my leader up to 3 hexes, but they must end on a starting hex. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hello. I'm here to club your head in. So my first activation, I'm going to charge with Fafnir, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 round to there. And he rolls 3 swords and does 2 damage. And I do get single assist because of Frothy Hrothgorn there. Oh, needed those single assists. That's 2 singles.
So I need a crit.
No. So that is 1 dead. And that does inspire everybody because an adjacent enemy fighter is taken out of action.
I've forgotten your inspired condition. I do score martyred.
Oh, there we
In the
go.
middle of that.
1 glory apiece. In the power step though, I've got nothing I want to do right now.
And with my glory, I'm going to put lethal snares on Turosh.
Ooh, what's that do?
After an action, after this fighter ends a push or a move action in a hex that contains a feature token, or is placed in a hex that contains a feature token, flip that token.
Flip that token. Okie dokie.
Anything for you?
No, I've got nothing to play.
Okay. And then I'm going to play sidestep.
Ooh.
And as a result of that, I can take a reaction and flip that feature token.
Is the upgrade after an action?
Reaction after it ends a push or a move action.
Nice, okay.
So I can flip that token,
Flip that token.
and that becomes a lethal hex. And as a result of that, I score change of fortune. Score this immediately when a feature token is flipped in a hex that contains a friendly fighter.
Nicely done, so that's another glory for you.
Another glory, yeah. I didn't draw a new card from Martyred. I'm going to play Deceitful Step.
Ooh. You teleportating.
Turosh.
Ooh. Poor old Turosh.
So, Deceitful Step. Choose a friendly fighter that is not adjacent to an enemy fighter, a roll of magic dice. On a roll of a lightning, place them on the starting hex, otherwise place them on an objective token. Can you see what's coming?
Yep.
So that's a starting hex, which is a bit of a shame.
Not quite what you wanted, I think.
It is indeed not quite what I wanted. But I'll put him here, I think. So, for my second activation, I am going to make a charge action with Turosh.
Turosh.
I think I'm going to go here and shoot that trap person.
Bushwhacker.
Yeah.
Yes, because he does already have a wound.
Yeah. So there's a vague chance I might kill him. Again, it's two swords.
Oh,
Nothing.
Turosh, you suck.
He sucks, but he does score a warding shot as a way of stopping. And I will then use my lethal snares to flip that token. As well.
Yep. Anything in your power step?
I'm going to put Spectral Armour on Vortibus.
Okay. I've got nothing else to do, so if you've got nothing else.
No.
My second activation, I'm just going to move Bushwhacker 1, 2, 3, 4 over onto that objective there. And I've got nothing in my power step.
Okay. I've got nothing in the power step either.
It's your third gear. I forgot I also want to place the lethal, the trap
Trap
there.
figure there. Okay. Okay, for my third activation, I'm going to summon the Blue Horror.
Blue, 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 blue.
So I'm going to summon the Blue Horror to here, I think.
Okie dokie. Anything in your power step?
No.
Nothing for me either. So on to my third go. And I'm just going to move Quiv 1, 2, 3 onto there. And I'm going to score Hidden Purpose. Score immediately after an activation if your warband holds 2 or more objectives.
That's the new card, isn't it?
It's one of the new ones. But I've got nothing to do in the power step.
Well, I have nothing to do in the power step either. For my 4th turn, I'm actually just going to draw a card.
If in doubt, draw a card.
Yeah.
Okay, and nothing in your power step?
No.
I'm going to put Predator's Trinket. I don't know how the Predator managed to drop this, but obviously Arnie didn't blow it up. I'm going to put it on Hrothgorn, which makes him a quarry, but it also gives him cleave on his range 1 and 2 attacks.
Oh, ow.
And that's the card I was saying to you earlier. It doesn't really make any sense. It's the Predator's Trinket, but it makes me a quarry.
Maybe the Predator wants it back after you've taken it.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Now he's after your ass. Back to you.
I haven't got anything to do.
Okay, so my 4th go. I think you know what's coming. I am going to charge. I am going to charge Kacharik, and Hrothgorn's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in a lot of trouble here because it's 3 hammers, 3 damage, and I've got cleave, and you're trapped. 1 hammer. You do need a crit though. No
Shield. Good job with that cleave.
That was close. Yeah, if I didn't have that cleave, I'd
trinket.
have been proper swearing.
Oh dear.
So that's a dead Kacharik. I get a glory for that one, but that's it. Just 1 glory. And in the power step, I'm going to put Massive Bulk on Hrothgorn.
Actually, I'm going to put Claws of the Urgrub on the Blue Horror.
Ooh, Blue Horror Urgrub craziness, eh? So on to the end phase. You did go first.
I did. I haven't scored anything.
Ouchie.
I'm going to get rid of Loader and keep the other 2. I'm going to draw 1 new objective and 5 new power cards.
So I've scored Ahead of the Hunt, which is another new one, which is scoring an end phase if there's at least 1 surviving friendly quarry, which is old Hrothgorn over there. The weirdness of Hrothgorn being both a quarry and a hunter, and also the biggest bloke around is quite bizarre, but there we go. I'm going to get rid of the Hunter Hunted, because you don't have any hunters, so I can't score that.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my last objective. I'm going to put the Vortex Stone on Hrothgorn, which is one where after an activation I can pull someone towards me. I'm going to put the Strength of Terror on Thrafnir, which is that makes them a quarry, and they get +1 dice to their range 1 and 2 attacks.
Wow.
So I'm going to draw 5 power cards and 2 objectives. So round 2, it's time to roll to see who goes first. Hrothgorn's Mantrappers get single and double.
You quit really. I think if I don't go first.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm assuming then, Thor, you're going to go first.
I think I have to go first.
Run like the
Otherwise
wind.
I'm basically stuffed.
Stuff like turkey.
So I'm gonna first turn. I'm gonna shoot with the Blue Horror at the guy with the big shiv. Is it?
Quiv.
Quiv.
Shiv, Quiv.
Yeah. Quiv is just faintly rude.
Just the worst words
So
in the
it's
world.
3 swords, 1 damage.
Oh.
It's a miss.
The blue
missed.
says new.
Blue says no. Power step. I'm gonna play Go to Ground.
Ooh, what's that one?
Choose 1 friendly fighter with no move or charge tokens. Place the chosen fighter on a starting hit in your territory, or if that fighter is a quarry, which of course it is, because everybody's
Because of Hrothgorn, yeah.
Place them on any hex in your territory instead. Give the chosen fighter 1 charge token.
Yeah.
Now, this is a massive gamble. I'm going to use Vortuous.
Ooh. So he is within range of the crossbow.
He is. I know it's a massive check, but I score shortcut.
Ah, nice. Okay. I've got nothing to do at the moment.
Okay, then I'm going to play Quick Search.
Ooh. What's that do?
If I'm standing on an objective, I can draw 2 power cards.
Oh, nice.
Or up to 2, in fact. I am going to draw 2.
I'm going to play Desperate Flight.
What does that do?
I choose a friendly fighter and I scatter 4 from their hex. I push them 3 hexes along that chain.
Okay.
But obviously I can't be pushed into blocked or occupied hexes. I do not push the fighter any further. I'm going to push Hrothy. So I'm going to put the scatter token like that, and I'm going to scatter me 4.
Okay. So you choose 3.
I've got to choose 3 of them, so I'm going to go 2 hammers, and then
you stop when you...
And then I stop because I can't use the crit or the single.
Well, that's handy.
So that's done exactly what I wanted to go 2 across to there.
Yeah. Ow.
Hello. I'm going to club your face in.
Okay. I don't want you to do that. I'm not going to lie. So,
I'd rather you didn't.
So I'm going to cast Abasoth's Unmaking on this objective here, number 4.
Okay.
That's successfully cast.
Come in number 4, your time is up.
Destroyed that one, not flipped.
No.
Which means I score Scorched Earth.
Nicely done. I've got nothing else to do at the moment, I don't think.
Okay. I'm going to leave nothing to chance and destroy objective 5.
Leave nothing to chance. So that just destroys the objective you're standing on.
It's not a spell or anything. Please pick one feature token in a hex that contains a friendly fighter. Remove that token from the battlefield.
Cool.
Which I've now successfully done. Okay.
I'm going to play the Sting of the Grub on Quiv.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to put Great Fortitude on the Blue Horror.
I'm going to play Irresistible Prize to drag everybody within 2 hexes and objective 1 closer to drag this one and this one.
Okie dokie.
So on to my first activation, and then I'm going to hit you with Quiv. It does have the Sting of the Grub, so it's 3 swords and it's 2 damage now. And he gets single assists as well.
Okay.
Ooh.
2 successes?
2 successes. So that's 2 damage, and I will push you back into the lethal.
Okay.
Which will
turn him into
Brimstone
Horror.
There we go. But I don't score or get anything, so nothing else for me. Over to you.
So for my second activation, which seems insane, I'm just going to shoot at Quiv.
Yep.
With the Brimstone Horrors.
Okay.
So it's only 2 dice this time, but I can. The first time I make it, I can make another attack action with the same fighter, so I can make another attack if I miss. A crit.
Wow. So you didn't miss.
I didn't miss. Well, I
So-
might have missed. You might save it.
Well, even if I roll a crit, I am trapped. Although I do have 2 dodge, so I could roll 2 crits.
Okay.
No, 1
Ooh,
crit.
1 crit.
Close, but
Okay.
doesn't matter. So that's 1 wound.
I will move him to there.
You can't.
Okay. No, he's trapped. Oh, I see. Okay. I won't move him then. But I'll just attack him again.
So that you can just make another
I can
attack.
make another attack
So that's a
action.
reaction, yeah?
It's a reaction. After the first time this fighter makes this attack action in a phase, make another attack action with this fighter.
So you can use his reaction to make a second attack against him again.
Hammer.
Ooh.
Which is a miss.
Oh no. And anything in your power stuff, have you blown all your cards now?
I have got cards left actually, but I'm not using them yet.
Okay. I'm going to use Spectral Wings.
Ooh.
Still nothing for you, I presume?
Still nothing for me, no.
On my second activation, I'm going to charge with Fafnir. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there.
Okay.
Going to have a chomp on Turosh. So he normally rolls 3 swords, but he gets
He's
+1
pretty
because
good.
his Strength of Terror. And he has Cleave, but that doesn't really make any difference. So it's 4 swords, 2 damage. Oh! Rubbish cat. Rubbish cat. Rubbish cat. What are they feeding you? He charged and I do naff all. Nothing for me.
Okay, for my third activation, I'm going to have another shot with the Brimstone Horrors. 2 swords.
Oh. So I do need a crit, or Quiv is dead. No! Quiv's dead,
The Quiv is dead.
and you get a glory.
Do.
Anything in your power step?
Still not.
Okay. After my third go then, I've got nothing to play. I'm going to club you with Hrothgorn.
Oh, play nice. It's just so mean. There's just no need for that.
So Hrothgorn, he rolls 3 hammers. Crit and a hammer.
2 defense dice.
Yeah, crit and a dodge.
2 shields.
Exactly what we didn't want. That's 3 damage.
Oh, he's still alive.
So I will push. I don't think it makes much difference. There's no point in really me pushing you, so I'll leave you. Actually, yeah, I'll push you to there.
Okay.
In fact, I'll push you to there.
So I'm going to put Faneway Crystal on Turosh.
No!
Yes! I won't bother writing it down.
Okay, I've got nothing still.
Okay, and then for my 4th activation, I'm going to use the Faneway Crystal to move on to Objective 2 and destroy it.
So lazy.
Actually, I'm not sure it's destroy. It's flip, isn't it?
Flip.
It's flip, yeah.
Flippity-doo-dah, flippity-yay. I am having a shit day today. Okay. Oh dear. There's no objectives left.
There aren't.
Oh dear, oh dear. So on to my 4th go. And I will be charging with Hrothgorn. So he's only got a move of 2 now. So he's just going to go 1-2 to there. But I'm going to hit you with me hammers again. So, or rather in this case, his hunting knife.
Okay.
1 hammer.
1 hammer. So I've got
It's much more survivable as long as you don't roll 2 shields.
No.
Oh dear.
No.
So he's dead.
Vortimus is dead.
And I get me glory. I think he might have survived long enough though.
Yeah.
And with that 1 glory, I'm going to play Prescient Blow. And I'm going to play that on Lug It and Thwack.
What does it do?
So it means that before you make an attack action against them, I get to make that attack. Which is a single sword, single damage
It's
attack.
that one, it's the combo you're.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to put Sting of the Urgrub on the Brimstone Horrors.
Oh dear. 1 more card closer to being horribly, horribly horrible.
They're not actually, they're not very good. I'm pretty sure you're going to kill them before I can.
So on to the end phase then, and you went first again.
I did. I have scored Test of Courage. Score this end phase if 2 or more friendly fighters are standing in lethal hexes.
Nice.
Kaboom!
Have it.
2 glory. I'm going to draw 1 objective and 5 new power cards.
5 power cards. So I've scored absolutely nothing. I'm going to get rid of Digging Deep and To the End. And I'm going to draw 2 objectives. I'm going to keep my 3rd objective and draw 2 new ones and 5 new power cards. So it's the 3rd round, it's time to roll to see who goes first. And this could be telling. Crit and a single. Crit a single.
Crit, single and a double.
I'll roll 2 crits then. Nope, there's a single and a double.
If this is a crit, we have to re-roll.
Oh!
Now you said it would be telling, which makes me think I ought to go. I'll go first. I am going to take a risk. So I'll go first. For my first activation, I'm going to risk hitting Lug It and Thwack. I know they've got that prescient blow on them, but I'm going to hit them with. I'm actually going to hit them with Turosh.
So the prescient blow is a reaction during an attack action that targets this fighter before the attack roll. I can make this attack, so it's a 1 sword, 1 damage attack. No.
I just realised you could push them back, actually, couldn't you? Then
Yeah.
they couldn't attack.
Yeah, then
so
if
actually,
you
it would be better to use the swords because then they've got a range of 3. So
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
have said that.
I think I would have let you
Right.
in that situation,
Yeah,
but yeah.
But the swords only do 1 damage, you see, so they're not they're not so good. But I think in this case, so I'm going to use the 2 swords. I mean, it's crap, but I do get assists. 1 assist.
1 single assist. That was what mattered.
Yeah, so
So Lug It and Thwack roll 1 dodge. No. So that's 2 damage.
and it's only 1 damage.
Oh, okay.
It's only it is 2 damage. Sorry, it is 2 damage. And I'm going to push you into the Brimstone Horror. You totally ought to be able to do that. That's an even more lethal hex. And I will just pop you back 1 to there. And then in my power step, I'm going to use Unnatural Truce. Just draw 2 cards, and of course you can draw 1.
I've got nothing to do in the power step.
Okay, I'm going to put Substance Siphon on the horrors.
Oh. I'm going to use sidestep to shove the putty tats to there.
Okay.
Back to you.
I've got nothing.
Okay, I've got nothing else either. So on to my first go. I'm going to have a chomp on Turosh with the cat. See if he can do something proper this time. So it's 4 swords and 2 damage. That'll be a crit and 2 swords.
I can't do anything about
That'll be
it.
a dead Turosh.
Turosh is dead.
And I get strong start scored.
Ah.
Let's pick up this card. I'm going to play a reaction to that as well, which is Glorious Triumph, which is play after a friendly fight's attack action that takes an adjacent enemy out of action. Your warband's considered to hold 1 or more objectives than it did hold. And this effect persists till the end of the round.
Oh, well.
Till the start of the next round.
I ain't going to score any more.
Anything for you?
No.
I'm then going to play the ground shifts, and I'm going to shift a lethal hex to. I'll shift this one to here.
Okay.
Back to, and I will then immediately score Unexpected Cunning, because I score that after immediately playing my 3rd or subsequent power card, which I've just done. Back to you.
Okay, I've got nothing.
And then I'm going to put Quick Learner on the cat. That is after an enemy fighter's attack action or another warband's gambit that damages this fighter but does not take them out of action. So you do have to damage him, then I can draw a power card.
Yeah. Okay.
If you've got nothing else, it's onto your second go.
Second activation, I'm just going to draw a power card.
Okay.
I've got nothing else.
I've got nothing else. So onto my second go. I think for my second go I'm going to charge now. 1, 2 to there.
Into a lethal hex.
Into lethal hex. It does take a wound.
Yeah.
So I'm charged to there, and the cat's going to have a chomp on the brimstone. Ooh, one crit.
I've got 3 defence dice.
Don't like it.
But it's enough to kill him, isn't it? He's only got 1. He's got 2.
He's got 2 wounds. I do 2 damage.
It's a crit and a dodge.
If I can push you back,
You can push me back.
I will push to there. That cat's been rubbish. Rubbish.
Okay.
Although he has killed 2 people, so I can't moan too much. He did kill
Hasn't been
Norosh.
that rubbish.
He did kill Turosh and Navia, so.
Norosh and Tavia. To be fair, killing Nurosh and Tavia isn't the hardest thing anybody's done in Underworld.
That's true. And in my power step, I've got nothing to do.
Okay, I have nothing to do in your power step either. For my 3rd activation, I'm just going to drop an objective. So I'm going to drop Master of Hazards, which is score this immediately after you flip a 2nd or subsequent feature token in this phase, and draw a new card. Please attack the horrors or whatever you want to do, and then I'll exchange my other power card, my other objective card in the last round.
So on to my 3rd go. I can't kill you with Lugget and Thwack, so I'm going to draw an objective. I'm going to get rid of Death from Afar, which is quite annoying. And I'm going to pick up this one. And I've got nothing in my power step.
Okay, I've got nothing in your power step either.
So it's your 4th and final go.
My 4th and final go, I'm going to throw away Combination Strike and pick up mine.
Nothing in your power step, I presume?
It's still, you've got a turn left, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, no, nothing in my power step.
And in my 4th and final go, I'm just going to move Hrothgorn onto there. And do a wound to him.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Find out in a minute. And that's it. I've got nothing to do in my power step.
Okay, I'm going to play Mandibles of the Urgrub on the Brimstone Horror.
Man nipples of the Urgrub.
And that means that gives him an avatar of the Urgrub. It's our first time we've ever used it.
Nice. Wonder why that's so important. And as we had noticed, we were discussing just a minute ago, you put it on him, but he doesn't have any range 1 attack, so he doesn't gain any of the benefits until you actually give him a weapon upgrade.
Need to think about that. I completely missed that aspect.
I mean, you could just put it on Navi or Turosh, but I guess Kacharik's the one you might want to beef up, but he was obviously way dead by then.
Well, the point of the build is to
keep the blue horror away.
Keep the blue horror, and then because you can, if you don't kill Vortimus, and this is a really hard matchup to keep Vortimus alive, then I can keep bringing him back if you try and go after him. If you don't go after him, then it's 3 glory at the end of the game.
Yep. Okay. So that's it. I've got nothing to play, so we're on to the last end phase. Last.
Yeah, you're not going to like me very much.
What have you scored?
So I've used all of my cards, so I've scored to the end.
Nice.
For 2.
Yep.
And I have the Avatar of the Urgrub, so that's 3.
So that's 5.
And I've scored Feed the Beastgrave, which is another 5.
Nice. That's 10. You've won.
Oh.
I've got Test of Courage, and that's it. I've got 2.
18.
18 to 10. Wow. Nicely done. I don't know if it's possible. I'm not sure how easy it is to stop someone scoring that without just taking you out. I mean, you got some of the cards early on to take some of the objectives out and stuff, which was handy. I got really
quite lucky that I got lethal snares out early.
Yeah.
Although actually it didn't go how I thought it would go. I thought that would go on the blue horror, and the blue horror would zip about the board. But actually, I almost, if I'd rolled when I did Deceitful Step, if I'd rolled not a lightning, if I'd rolled a focus, I could have taken 3 out in one go. Because I pushed him onto, well, not in one go, I pushed him onto one with sidestep, then used Deceitful Step onto another one, could have been onto another one but wasn't, that would have been another one, and then I could have moved him in his turn, because I did that in your power step, and in my power step I could have moved onto the third, and that would have been 3 gone in one go.
That would have been a bit mental.
Yeah.
That would have been a bit mental.
Yeah, although it's quite funny, because that would have been great, but then I have got, right at the end came out, Master of Hazards score this if you flip a second or subsequent feature token in this phase. If you don't have that in your hand while that sort of craziness is going on, that card's dead.
It's a dead card.
So I nearly didn't put that card in, but I kind of wanted to keep it thematic. But I almost wonder whether it is that kind of situation that Scorched Earth used to find, where you end up having the ammunition, but not the not the right time to use the ammunition.
Annoyingly, the last 2 cards in my deck that I hadn't drawn were Unnatural Truce and Quick Search.
Ow!
Awesome!
Ow!
Awesome! Just what I want.
You're good at that.
Yeah. I'm not sure good's the right word. And the last card in my objectives deck was Calculated Risk. Thanks a lot for that, cards.
I dropped Calculated Risk because these guys are so fragile, and Calculated Risk, of course, doesn't run very well with Test of Courage. I mean, you've got Hrothgorn, so it's a little bit easier maybe, but with Navi and Turosh, you basically can only score one or the other. You can't score both.
Yeah. I was a bit annoyed because I got Mischievous Spirits as well, and that came out in the 3rd round. But if that had come out earlier, I could have possibly shifted more objectives onto people, maybe shifted them away from you a bit.
It was my penultimate card as well.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah. I mean, that was interesting. A lot of new cards there. That made it quite a chaotic game. Some funky cards as well there. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It worked better than I thought it would in many ways. And I think a little bit, again, I was a bit lucky with card draw maybe. Although I carried Feed the Beastgrave for a long time.
I think with that deck you've got to. With that kind of deck, it's a 5 glory card. Until you're certain you can't score it, it's always a possibility that you've got to keep it, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've basically got to smash through your power cards to get to the end.
Yeah.
And hope for the best that you can get round the card. But I still didn't use Unexpected Peril, flip one in your half, Invert Terrain, pick one feature token within 5 hexes, flip that token. I didn't use either of those. You
had enough cards to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I mean, that then gives you a guaranteed 5 glory in the bank, which is always nice to have, and then you can just concentrate on other stuff around that, because the ones that help you flip cards without having to flip tokens without having to be near them just make life so much easier, and you must have about 5 of them in that deck.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I wonder whether it will start a bit of a meta battle when people start playing this, because that's a pretty viable build. I mean, with the card cycling, new card cycling cards, and that beast and Meet the Beastgrave with 2 the end, that's 7 glory at the end.
Yeah.
Which is pretty hard to overcome.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether people will start carrying their own flip technology, because it would only need you to be sitting on one flip card. I mean, I think you've moved Hrothgorn onto one there.
I moved on to a lethal. Yeah, if I'd have moved him onto that and had his to turn it back.
Yeah, then that would be my 5 glory done. So I wonder whether there will start to be a meta pendulum swing where people take it, people stop taking it because there's no point. I just don't know.
It'll be interesting, or whether more people are just going to start taking that Feed the Beastgrave, because if your opponent is working out to do that, and you can just let them. You're like, you go for it. I'm just going to concentrate on smashing you in the face or whatever, and that way you get 5 glory scored at the end for you whilst they're doing all the work. So
yeah, because some of them even, I mean, you do need to have, most of them require you to have a wizard or somebody on the board, but even the one of them, Unexpected Peril, is just pick one feature token, so you can even draw into that after you were annihilated. and still score, still flip one.
Yeah.
But it also makes it quite a good. That also makes it quite a good card to have just in your pocket for when people are playing the Beastgrave, because you can play that at any time as long as it's empty. It has to be an empty hex. So but you could flip that one back in your half with that card.
Yeah.
It really wouldn't matter where your fighters were or what you were doing. But of course, it is an invaluable ploy slot.
Yes, and the ploy slots are always.
But that's why the game's so great.
Yes, and it's why I like playing in a non-competitive way. And I know there's lots of people out there who do play it competitively and enjoy playing competitively, but I prefer playing it in a less competitive way where you can just take cards and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean that was fun. I would definitely change a couple of things. I've got Empowered Sorcery in my deck, which actually, maybe it's the matchup. I put it in there. It's the one that gives Waterless an extra 2 plus 1 damage to his spell attack action. I put it in there because I thought if you play Thorns, then actually Vortimus might need to do some shooting to get me a bit of glory. But in this matchup, it was just useless, as it did come out to the end anyway. But I wonder whether it's a completely redundant card, and actually what I should be concentrating on is extra weapon upgrade for the horrors, extra, I don't know if there is any, but extra defensive capability for the horrors, anything to keep them alive.
I'm not sure there is, apart from more plus wound counters maybe.
Yeah, there's the one that, I don't know if there's anything that reduces the damage by 1 or anything like that. Anything that keeps them alive longer, again with the Urgrub build, that's 3 glory if you can keep it alive. And
Yeah.
I was sure you were going to kill the horrors. I mean, I have to say, it
wouldn't matter if I hadn't. And I fluffed the cat fluffed his attack. Had I killed him, you'd have scored 3 less glory, so you still would have won 15 to 10.
Yeah, I have a feeling if you'd killed Turosh in the second game, I might have been much more up against it.
Oh, in the second round, because you'd have had much more difficulty.
Because I then Fame Wade him onto there and flipped that.
Yeah.
But actually, looking at my cards that I had left, I don't think there are any that I could have used.
But you could use Fame Way to flip the to move the blue the horror onto it and do it.
No, because he had lethal snares on him, and the cards that I had left were Unexpected Peril, which is flip one in my half, which I hadn't realised, and Invert Terrain, which is a spell.
Yes.
Now I think you charge with the cat.
Second round, I charged with the cat against Turosh, and he missed.
I think you charged with Wild Water was still alive, but I don't think. No, I didn't have Invert Terrain at that point, so it wouldn't. So actually, had you killed Turosh, it would have been.
In the second game, whoever gets that upgrade to flip tokens paints a great big target on their head. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, well, I was a bit like when it came out first turn 1. I was like, oh no, because you almost want to be doing it quietly, and because you've got. With the Eyes of the Nine, you've got quite a few opportunities to move people about, especially against Hrothgorn. There's one good thing which I hadn't realised when you said you were playing Hrothgorn. That card enables you to move somebody to anywhere in your territory. Yeah. Against Hrothgorn, it's brilliant because you can move straight onto an objective, which worked out very nicely for me. Yeah. So there you go. Hrothgorn lost to the Eyes. I don't know if that's jammy cards, jammy dice. Just Jammy Robin, I don't know. But I enjoyed that. Some of the new cards, obviously we've taken some just to see how they play, and overall I just really enjoyed that game. Lots of new stuff, and it's I enjoyed that. I feel that the meta is in a better place. The meta is better than it was a year ago. Yes. When we were at the end of Nightvolt. I mean, it was very samey. It was also better than it was around Christmas time. It was like Grimwatch objective play. Yeah, true. And I know that already took a hit when Hrothgorn turned up. But now even more so. It's comical in some ways. We've almost gone to that point now where it's not worth taking objectives again. We're back into that race of easy score objectives. Not necessarily just killing, but I think... It's interesting that there's a suggestion from this game that the objective destroying meta is better than the objective sitting on meta. Well, it's a bit like the offensive meta versus objective meta, where you score... When you're playing an offensive warband, you'll score glory for doing what you do, which is kill people, and that has the extra effect of you kill people so they can't score standing on objectives. The destroying objective meta is the same, only it's more reliable because you can just play cards to destroy objectives. Yeah, it requires some thought. Most of it isn't luck. There's a couple of spells, but most of it is just play a card, take someone out, move someone on objective, take it out. Eliminating dice rolls is very important in this game, as we've discussed before. So is there going to be more of a... like you say, a defensive meta to keep things that means you can flip objectives back over and stuff like that? We'll have to see, I guess. It'll be interesting to play a hold objective warband against this the objective flipping style will be interesting. I mean, I have to say, I got absolutely murdered at the Grand Clash when I got my goblins played, but of course the meta was different then. But my goblins played, and they got absolutely trashed by somebody who flipped the objectives in one game, and in the next game he didn't get the card.
It comes down to cards. But when you've got like 5 or 6 different ways of flipping objectives, and you've got the grab ploy card stuff as well, it's just no brainer.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more reliable now with the natural truce and the new draw card.
Yeah.
So I deliberately didn't put in, apart from the fact it's restricted, I deliberately didn't put in frenzied search, because if you're flipping objectives, the last thing you want to do is tap. Oh God, I've got. I mean, you do have to stand on one.
Yeah.
But you don't want to have to stand on one twice, and B, you don't want to have to throw away one of your objective flipping cards.
No.
Because you've got to throw away.
Why bother?
Search. Yeah.
So there you go, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that game. Very interesting first game with the new cards, and we'll see you soon in the Beastgrave.